pull back out in time. And they've always managed to hold away the pincer, but now going to be forced to engage yet again. Those Crusaders just flying over, trying to take a few of those hits while those Zealots go in and push those Hydras. Without some High Templar support, you might not want to be doing that. Just run back home. Right now, Stats does not want to be sacrificing his Zealots. He's going to need them. He's getting the High Templars. He lost, unfortunately, almost lost one of his Reavers, almost lost his Shuttle, did lose one of his Reavers, so he wants to be careful. Has a few High Templars back home. Going to be waiting on that storm, and you want to be engaging with that. I've seen Shuttle and High Templar micro used very well against Zerg. So it's a little bit more risky against Zerg and Terran, for instance, I believe, depending on the situation, maybe. But still, those Hydras can pick those up very carefully. So, but if you manage to get, I've seen High Templars being dropped very close to Hydras, get a couple of storms off that just annihilate the Hydras. Like, oh my god, you kind of just... That's pretty much what you do. Oh my god. Stats finally going to think of expanding, losing another Corsair there. Going to finally think of expanding at that 11:30/12 o'clock. You kind of have those two bases there at the 12. But I think if he manages, he might still manage to pick that up safely. He has a lot of Reavers, a couple of Reavers here back home. They're alongside those Templars. They're actually out in the open, beyond the Forge and the protection of the Forge and the Gateway. So you want to be careful with that. As long as you have Zealots that you manage to get in there in time, you're going to be good. Scourge meanwhile going to spot at that 12, and already forces on the way. There are a few lurkers out there as well. Still only Lair Tech, staying on Lair Tech 0. Don't say Queen's Nest anymore. He's going to stay on this. He knows he just needs to hold the Protoss back. If he manages to hold Stats back, manages to deny that third, he's going to be in good position. He did a great job of holding Stats from his own third. Stats really didn't manage to do any sort of economic damage with those Corsair Reavers, so that's bad. Did do a little bit of true damage, but loss of his upstream, so I believe it all pretty much equaled out. Possible battle here across the bridge on this right side of the middle. Reavers, Dragoons, Zealots, and I think High Templar as well in there for Stats. He wants to engage in a good position for himself. All lurkers there. No observers. Some nice hits on that. Finally have some Scarab hits on those lurkers. A lot of nice storm on the Hydra. ZerO a little bit late on the escape. Another nice storms on the south side. Hydra's taking a lot of damage, and Goons managing to finish him off. A fourth storm, unfortunately, there for Stats. They're doing much, but instead the Scarabs make up for it. And Ro can tell by the look on ZerO's face, he's like, I did not expect that. So, Stats showing there the advantage of having a lot of tech as a Protoss player, in that Storms and Scarabs put together, if hitting properly, can do a hell of a lot of damage. Can really allow you to hit Zerg in a lot of positions. Observer does go down there in an Archon instead of some High Templar. This is going to force Stats back from that third, but ZerO still not working on his fourth base. Is going to catch that DT that was trying to run by it into this natural, but still only staying on 3 for a while Stats, being aggressive, is being allowed to pick up that third base for himself. So ZerO definitely does not want that to happen. Is going to be able to pick off that DT, but still altogether not in the best position. Nexus almost going to be up. The pylon up there as well. We're probably going to be seeing some cannons coming up to help defend that. Still no Hive Tech out there for ZerO. I think he actually might want to expand before going for that, because right now he's just working on trying to get his troop count up, so it's kind of obvious why he's not trying to expand. Wants to get his troop number up as fast as possible, get as many Hydras going as he can before he expands, because he's going to need that to defend. He's also, I believe, a little bit behind in upgrades. Did have weapons 1 on his Hydra from what I saw, but Stats already has weapons 2 on all of his own forces, and 112 and 111 hit Reaver. That tells the story right there. Put together, doing some nice hits. Hydra's on weapons 2. No Carapace upgrades. Very interesting. ZerO completely neglecting Carapace upgrades. Probably only has with only 1 evolution chamber. And more often than not, with you see the Zerg player go for Carapace alongside weapons 1, but when you go and have your Hydra, weapons 1 is a big boon. Ooh, interesting. Heavy Mutalists out there with Carapace 1 upgrades, so it can take a few hits. This is going to be there to try to pick off those High Templar, try to pick off those Reavers as well if they manage to plop out. And this is going to be very important, just how ZerO micros this. If he micros this, if he does pick off the High Templar and denies Stats there, he's going to be able to do some damage. Storm on top of that. Did he actually manage to pick off any High Templar? From what I saw, not that much. Storm is actually threatening Stats' own Reavers, and the Shuttle's still in there. One Reaver is going to go down to the music. Second Reaver is going to stay alive. I think there were actually 4 High Templar, and 2 of them, I think, did get picked off by the Mules, but still Stats in okay position. Still, the Mules going to go, and they're going to try to pick off some more High Templars, but Stats going to get the Storms off before that happens, picking off some Hydras that are still keeping his High Templars alive. But ZerO, for now, holding him back, has a heavy number of Hydras. but getting his third now, he's going to be in a good position, going to be able to continue getting his economy going, be able to continue his troop production at this tech level, going to be able to continue getting his Hydras. He is going to be facing a hell of a lot of Hydralist forces. A lot of Hydras with a few lurkers to support, but a lot of Hydras, and ZerO can finish this all off in one massive attack. He's not going to have much in the way of reinforcements, I think, too much. He is focusing everything on troop production right now just to try to kill stats, because he knows that if the game goes on for too long, he's going to find himself economically behind. He's not going to have the best of economy, so instead he's just going to go for it right here. Reaver going to get caught before he even gets a single Scarab off. Only a couple camps to defend. Stats is going to be able to come in from the attack. He isn't coming in to defend. His natural expansion just going to get sacrificed. All of his forces back home. ZerO with a huge mass of Hydras. Some of them getting caught by storms. Just going to try to hold back while he picks off everything in here. Stat's going to have to sacrifice his natural eyes. Templar being rally put it down. No, God. Just has to rally put all of his forces in there. Mutalist also coming to support. Is Stat going to be able to save this? ZerO, I'm not quite sure if he has enough forces. Some storms coming off from the High Templar on the Mutalist. Mutalist going to be forced back. Only a few Hydras here at the natural expansion. I think Stat is going to be able to hold this. Doesn't even lose his natural. No sacrifice necessary. ZerO's entire attack gets snuffed. Oh, Stats light my fire. That was awesome. ZerO. Oh man, none of the probes at the main. I just noticed that ZerO still high white guy. What's up? But a lot of Hydras still just ZerO desperately needing to get some more forces out there. I think he's finally expanding at that 3 o'clock, but not in a very good position because Stats has more than enough forces now. Managing to keep all these High Templars in there, so we're still getting some storms down. Not a very heavy zealot number, but he has enough goons with storms to push these Hydras back, and when in that kind of position is pretty bad. A lot of High Templar being produced, so Stats kind of hoping if I can just get one storm out of each of these guys, it's gonna be it. It's gonna be my win. Only fighting with goons against these Hydras at this point, not the best position to be in, despite that weapons 3 upgrade. But almost enough to push this back. Just a couple of Zealots coming in here, like getting a couple of hits. High Templars coming in to finish this off. And I think the killing blow from Stat's going to come anytime soon because I'm not seeing ZerO getting back in this right now. Stat's still staying on 3 despite taking some troop damage. Still staying on 3. And we still see ZerO only on 3 himself. I think that is a 4th base. I'm not quite sure if it's fully saturated yet, the 3 o'clock position. But it is going to be threatened soon by Stats if ZerO is not careful. He's just being forced to reproduce when he doesn't just have all the resources. I find more storms, all random storms all over the place. At the very least, if nothing else, doesn't give Stats some heavy Archon numbers. Even if against extremely Hydra heavy armies, if you have a lot of Archons out there, they're still going to do what they need to do, you know. Destroy. Something like that. My throat is all parched and my bottle's closed. Why is my bottle closed? Stupid bottle. Come here. Oh god, yes. H2O. Oh, good stuff. Necessary thing that a commentator needs. So finally coming in here to that close to the 4 o'clock position. 3 o'clock position, I'm sorry, and ZerO doesn't have much at all to defend it. Only a few Hydralists in there. I think this is going to be the last penetrating move here from Stats. A few lurkers, insta-stormed, insta-double stormed. And that hatchery is going to go down. Almost no ground forces for Stats, just mostly High Templar and Archons. And when you can afford that, it's pretty good because Stats knows he doesn't need that much of other basic units simply because ZerO has a very low number. You need all of those Zealots and Heavy Dragoons when you're facing a mass number of Hydras. But when the number is small, you can get away with what Stats has right here. Those Archons being dropped and microed very nicely. Reavers at the back. Storms still coming in. Scarabs coming in. Absorbing being picked up, but that doesn't matter. Last of the Hydras going down there. Nice little step-by-step move there. Yeah, just must be scary as a Zerg right here. Being picked off like this. Kind of ouch. And this entire game, not a single Hive Tech unit there for ZerO. Just at no point in time did he manage to get to that point in the game that he could afford it. And staying there, finally down to back to 3 bases, and against the Protoss player 3-on-3. Just never mind all the damage he's taken. This entire time, Stats did no economic damage, just won the battles. There you go. Finally, there's their economic damage. Mass storms picking off all the drones. Last straw from ZerO, forced to GG. Stats going to move on to the winners, so it's going to be definitely an interesting match there. C versus Stat ZerO. Meanwhile, going to go to the losers. So we're going to be seeing at least one ZVZ in this one, guys. So for now, GG, Ranjaneth assisting. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys soon enough.